Hey guys, I know I'm a bit late to the party this week, but I just wanted to give my really brief thoughts on episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Andor Season 2. While I still enjoyed these three overall, it's undeniable that it was a bit slower than last week. I don't know that I would say I was bored necessarily, but episode 1 did particularly drag a bit for me, especially the stuff on Coruscant with Cassian and Bix. It's kind of sad for a show called Andor. He kind of is becoming more and more the least interesting part of the show. I think something like Rebellion would be a better name for what it has become, but, you know, that's besides the point. Overall, there were a lot of things I liked about these three. I really liked the Gormans. They're basically the French resistance. You know, World War II, the costuming and the production design, I really liked that. The language even sounds very much like French. The Gorman plot in this was undoubtedly the most interesting, and it was, you know, the main plot of these three episodes, I would say. This stuff with Cyril and Dedra, we know where this is going with the Gorman massacre, but it'll be interesting to see how it gets there, and I found it really interesting and kind of cool that they canonized the Grand Moff Tarkin massacre as well. I'm a bit confused as to why that didn't cause a bigger splash when it happened in universe, but it's still kind of neat when they take stuff from, I think that's from Legends, isn't it? From Legends and make it canon. It's a nice little nod. Yeah, the Bix stuff, very tragic. There's a lot of sad stuff happening with her this season from, well, last season too. I just feel so sorry for that character. She's like through the ringer. What happened last season, what happened last week, what's happening this week with the depression and the drugs. There's just a lot of dark stuff happening in this season and in these episodes. Cinta's death was kind of like Brasso's. Not unexpected, but unexpected as to how it happened. Like, so unceremoniously. I know it's realistic, but I kind of wish they'd give these characters a bit more significant deaths. And with Vel, like, tearing into that guy at the end, it almost feels so cruel. This whole, like, the darkness is getting, like, cruel, which is interesting, but I don't know. I'm torn on how I feel about it. Luthen's losing it. Interesting to see where that goes. I'm wondering if his organization, obviously he's not going to make it out. He's not in Rogue One. He's not in any of the future stuff. So I'm assuming he's at least going to die. I would think that his organization kind of has to fall apart for Mon Mothma and Bail Organa to kind of like pull the real rebellion together, if that makes sense. And speaking of Bail, I did not know that he was a Time Lord. I didn't even know regeneration was in this galaxy. Just kidding, of course. But yeah, the elephant in the room, the Bail Organa recast, I really want to know what you guys think of it. I heard the rumors beforehand, so I wasn't totally shocked when it happened, but still, like, you know, it's a shame that Jimmy Smits isn't there. Apparently they say scheduling conflicts. I'm just glad the character's going to be a part of it. I think this is a show where you really should have him in there with where it's leading and all, and it just would have felt kind of weird if the character wasn't there. So I'm just glad we have Bail Organa in some form or other. You know, it's not the end of the world that they had to recast it. Benjamin Bratt looks enough the part. He seems to act enough the part from like the 1 minute we got of him. So we'll see how it goes from here. But looking on Facebook and stuff, it seems to be mostly a positive reaction to the recast. Like people like me, they're sad Jimmy Smits isn't there, but you know, happy the character is there at least. So I really want to know what you guys think. So let me know about that. Yeah, overall I thought this is a pretty good set of episodes. Not the best, a bit slow at times for me, like I said, but I think it's really good setup for the next set of episodes. But what did you guys think?